presented by Rip Curl. Filipe Toledo versus Connor Coffin. Toledo, 7th in the world. Connor Coffin, 27th, but that's going to change dramatically as he has his personal best result in the making for 2020.
We have the Brazilian contingent down there, and yeah, everyone is just frothing.
Well, so great to have Laura Enever on hand for the call once again. Longtime Championship Tour competitor, as we see a first attempt to kick things off for Connor Coffin. A backhand snap's been incredibly reliable to get him to this point in the contest.
And working super good, and yeah, this make me confident, yeah.
Fantastic, and having the kids down here on the beach, everyone just wants a piece of you this week. How are you keeping your head in the game now heading into finals day?
Oh yeah, it's very fun to see all the crowds, you know, and have the support, and this is special here in Portugal because I love this place.
Hanging out with the people. He's a showman. Remember that event he had in Karamas where he was actually doing a runaround and getting people to scream, to feel that through his veins. He loves when the crowd's going crazy. He's off and running to finals day. Big hammer on the backhand of Filipe Toledo, right into a wrapping cutback. Still a little bit of room to move here. Just throw down a carve and he'll take the lead with that. Always fun to see Filipe surf. Back to this wave, Pete. What'd you think?
Well, smaller wave, but just so quick in transition. I mean, him and Connor are very similar in the way that they turn their board ultra quick, quicker than most of their competitors. See a little bit shorter board for Filipe. He's got this swallowtail quad, and it just puts it into place and just whips it so quick, so fast. It's incredible, and it's pleasing to the eyes. It's part of the criteria, speed, power, and flow, all of those elements. But I feel like to set himself apart, like Laura had said.
Always has this big reputation of really setting the bar in waves of this size.
Yeah, both of these guys as well. Connor taking off here. We know he's got an incredible backhand, and he is going to go and do some big, strong turns right there. Another massive turn. Just comes undone there. But both of these guys, I think right now this is, you know, it's a really good matchup. Connor has that amazing backside. We know he's got waves like this around home.
He does do airs occasionally, but Filipe, on the other hand, we see it all the time.
And looks like he's got another good opportunity. Power carve for Toledo. Throwing down a beautiful arc once again. Low road is starting to run out of open face, but he looks engaged with these windblown conditions. Toledo throwing down a 4-1-7 on the left. Just a moment, Laura, what'd you think?
Yeah, I love this. This is the standard Filipe, big slash in the pocket. Those boards are so fast. And another one, tweaking it all the way around, kicking that tail out at the end. And another little one for a good measure at the end. But yeah, he's looking spicy.
Connor needs to pull off a turn. Always patient to start. Nice speed jam, tight space, backhand float. His best completion so far. And that might settle him down a little bit, Laura. How does that feel as a competitor when you go down a couple times? What are you really looking for to find your rhythm again?
Yeah, I think Connor's just trying to find something that he can get two big turns on. I mean, they're going to turns out here right now, and it is kind of Lowers-esque out there right now. And yeah, he obviously knew he didn't get that critical in the first turn, and he knows he's going to have to be able to, you know, try kick the tail out or get something massive to, you know, take it to Filipe. Still really nice surfing there for sure, but he wants to get those big, powerful turns in.
Ultra excited, you could tell, with Connor's energy. This morning it was all about stand-up pits. That Super Tubos completely changing the game. All coming down to turns lately. Here comes a section for Connor to pull into, and it'll take him down.
I mean, as a country, you know, I think they were fighting against the odds in their eyes for many years, and then having a world title come to their country just kind of opened the door for the entire country.
As we see Toledo checking out a left, he's got a big section to go above the lip. Full rotation. Lands almost behind the lip. Back to Felipe's make here, Laura. What'd you think?
Yeah, this just looked like a Tony Hawk's pro surfing game. Skating, I don't know, Kelly Slater one. But yeah, the way he could pump back and land on the back of the wave there was so cool. Like, what the hell?
It's amazing how much control he has in the air. It's not like he's holding his breath going, I hope I land this. He's actually thinking about his landing. He has so much time up there, Pete.
Yeah, he does. And again, they're utilizing the wind. You see that nose. Every time the tail goes into the wind, and then once he gets it rotated around, the nose goes back in, and that's what softens the landing. This is going to be a massive number for Filipe.
But at so much speed, he gets the completion. Connor's turn. There's a snap to start. Section to blow his tail into reverse.
Hold on.
And he will let go of that one. Another fall for Connor.
Such control from Filipe, to have him land outside of the wave and then somehow squirt himself back into it to be a completion. Let's take a look even here at Connor Coffin. First turn is that projection down the line, knowing that snap is scoring, but then gets right back to the lip. And look at him. He gets around. He can do airs. We don't see it very often, but he can do it.
Gosh, he was so close.
And he landed kind of off and had to fix it. So I don't know if this will even go into his top 2.
As we see a frontside power whip from Toledo. Wrapping carve again. Obviously, airs are always exciting to talk about, but he's incredibly powerful. That makes him so deadly in beach break conditions. Every Brazilian can handle when they're expected to do so much. Laura, how'd you like these moves?
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, just that classic Filipe carve again. And, I mean, interesting to see that last air, only a 3.17 it came in.
Now looking at an opportunity potentially for Toledo. He will commit. First section on his heels. He has to step off as Connor waits with priority, just counting at 2.77 as his high score.
Still would have liked to make the heat. But yeah, I think just having my situation be as it is with my toe and everything like that, I was stoked to kind of get those waves for sure.
How are you feeling then? Anything you're going to change and heal up in preparation for Australia?
This kind of is reminiscent of some of the heats that he went down on in the Hawaiian leg of the tour. Up and out is Filipe Toledo. Managing his time. Big story for Filipe last season, winning in Lemoore, California at the Surf Ranch.
I love the new format. I love that, as gnarly as it is for, to have this cutoff, I think just being able to focus on the tour and then jump on the Challenger Series if you haven't made it is awesome.
Speedy turns on the back end of Toledo. Fourth banger there on the inside. He pulls it off. They're aggressive. They're powerful, radical. Peniche loved it. The sets weren't coming, and he just started getting one-footers and going to town. I don't know if anyone could beat Filipe at this game, Pete. What do you think?
Well, look how small the wave is, and he just had major maneuvers on just this small little inside wave, and that's what makes him so crazy. Explosive, like on a 2-foot wave. Again, I mean, he's carrying a low of a 4.67, and he surfed this wave way up. I mean, as far as the quality, looking at it in the beginning of it, and he just, again, polished, quick, all of those great adjectives that have for great surfing.
Could have been at the Kelly wave pool right there.
He's just in such a rhythm, and it's such a good point, Laura. It's an unpredictable ocean, but his reaction time is so quick. He gains speed in between turns. Judges ate that wave alive, 7.67.
So you'd have to say that a little inconsistent there, but Kanoa, very consistent.
Fun one to look forward to. Connor finally making a move, power jam, but just out of control. And that backhand that's been so deadly throughout the early rounds has been tough for him to pull off in the afternoon wind. He's already moved up at least 10 spots on the leaderboard to 17th above the cut. Uh-oh, here comes Toledo. Off the bottom, tail high reverse.
And a shifty.
Just toying with that section and knew he was going to get the crowd to go absolutely nuts on that landing.
Not with this guy on a surfboard. Again, right in the wind. You can see it's bending out into the wind, so he just places that board. A little shifty for some funk on it. I love it.
That's what my ears look like, that second one.
But how about his footwork? He lands so perfect. There's no adjustment. He's standing so poised and comfy on that landing. Yeah,
with the backside air reverses like that, you don't have to move your feet as much as you do the frontside ones.
I could just tell that he was probably looking for like a certain wave that he just had in his mind, like a wave that he could just do 2 or 3 big turns on, but it's just been all of them have run off for him at the moment.
Racetrack section and just hucking himself upside down. Everyone held their breath. I thought he was going to go to the moon.
Oh, yeah. No, that's what it felt like. It's crazy. I remember I was actually on the ski for that. We were doing water here, and he flew higher than we did. We're just sitting on the ski standing there, and he was flying higher than we were on the ski. It was incredible.
I remember that. 3 seconds to go. Toledo putting this one to bed in dominant fashion. It will be Toledo and Italo Ferreira in the first semifinal here in Peniche.